Hi Pisces. Today I'm here with a general reading for the Pisces sign. Uh, I'm still learning, but I'm excited to do this because I'm a Pisces myself. So, um, yeah, I know how much we can function on external validation and need reassurances from outside when we are low vibrational at times. So, yeah, if I can help in any way, I'm happy to help. All right, so let's get started. Um, I have a reverse Knight of Autumn, a King of Autumn, and the Fairy Ring in the past, present, future tarot setup. So, yeah, Knight of Autumn, when it's not reversed, speaks about manipulation, aggression, just someone who has like a toxic relationship, something that controls you, something that sort of puts you in a position where you start doubting yourself. And it doesn't necessarily have to be love, usually, but the bottom of the deck here, when I shuffled and I got the reverse Knight of Autumn, at the bottom of the deck was a Knight of Summer. Summer is a suit, it's sort of like the cup suit in Rider Waite. So, summer usually speaks to relationships and love, romance. Um, doesn't have to be romance, but summer is a suit that speaks of love, any form of love. Um, so, because this is the bottom of the deck, because this is something that we can't see, we can right now because I have it upright, but because it's the bottom of the deck, I feel like that's the crux of the matter here. Is um, is love. It's sort of some sort of a betrayal or the feeling of betrayal. So, mind you, this doesn't necessarily have to be a relationship that's ongoing right now, or it doesn't have to be a relationship that is has recently ended. It can be a really, really old relationship that you're just thinking about right now, that is affecting you right now in a negative manner. So yeah, that's the feeling this bottom card here is giving me. However, because the Knight of Autumn is reversed, I feel like this situation's dealt with. It's done. It's over with. You've made your decision. You've left the toxicity behind. But I just feel like you yourself aren't convinced that you're going to be able to stay away from it. Um, just because um, just a combination of these, like this is reversed. So it's making me feel like you're not being manipulated anymore, you're out of that energy, you've left. But then again we land on the King of Autumn, and that's a card about just someone who's vulnerable, someone who's carrying a lot within them, but is also in denial of being in that position. Someone who is judging their own vulnerability, someone who's maybe um, taking pride in the fact that they're strong, someone who's trying to pose conventional strength um, for people around them. Um, and I just don't think that's necessary. I feel like if this was a toxic relationship that you were going through and you've left it, you have left the person who made you doubt your instincts and intuition, but at the same time, um, you've lost a bit of yourself that knew how to trust people uh, and trust your own intuition. Like, I feel like maybe you were trying to make that relationship work um, with so much gusto that you sort of blamed yourself for the things that were wrong about the relationship, or maybe that were wrong with the person you were with. And I'm not saying that toxic exes should be cancelled, or they should be just, don't think about them anymore. I know that's not how it works, obviously. um, but I think it's important to understand that you're learning to trust yourself again, right? In the process of learning to trust yourself again, um, it's okay to take chances. I feel like you've created a life for yourself after this. You've left this in your past. You're working on learning to trust yourself. You're working on creating a life for yourself and surrounding yourself with people that you can trust, that you can be vulnerable around, who won't judge you, or who won't make your life harder for being vulnerable. you know they'll understand if you're not doing so well at times. They'll be able to help you out of this situation. But you have to have faith in yourself, first of all, for even co-creating the sort of relationships you have built after this relationship. Or it could just be friendships and relationships with family members that have come back to you after you got out of something toxic. And when I say something toxic, I it doesn't have to mean an ex. It could also mean family members that were just toxic to you, that wanted to control you, manipulate you, um, have power over you more than understand and accept who you had grown into, right? So it could be any relationship that held importance in your life, that held a place of love in your life. And this doesn't have to be the reason you have a hard time trusting in your present or in your future. There is a way to go back to who you used to be. It can be scary, and it's understandable, but it's doable, right? You already have, the night of autumn is already reversed. You've I feel like you've already dealt with that part. The fairy ring talks about temptations and sort of like irresponsibility, going back to habits that you shouldn't be going back to. So, yeah, find your vulnerability, find your confidence, talk to people that make you feel good. Have one enchanted evening, the perfect night. That's what this card is saying right here. Let me see if I can. Yeah, okay, right? One enchanted evening, the perfect night. This one is saying heart healing, mourning now has had its time. Do not pay it a single dime. Emerge from the darkness. A new day starts. Let light embrace the healing heart. Heart healing, heart chakra. Do you see it? That's the bottom of the deck. Is entrepreneur and acceptance, and it's asking you to move on. It's asking you to accept the current situation as is. It's saying, see yourself and others through the eyes of the angels with unconditional love and acceptance. In this way, you inspire and lift everyone to their highest potential. Self-employment suits your disposition and intentions. Working yourself allows you to better follow your intuition and divine guidance. We are your co-workers and teammates who remain loyally by your side to ensure your success in all ways. All of this is asking you to find faith in yourself. All of this is, I feel like, more than a near future card that is saying this is what's gonna happen. More than a present card which is saying this is what is happening right now. I feel like these cards are sort of like warning us. They are alerting us from going to those places. They're making sure that there's just so much healing here, right? Like heart chakra, this is saying heart healing, this is saying one enchanted evening. Like, have a fun night with people that make you feel good about yourself, with people that make you feel like you deserve the world, because you do. Obviously, you do. Patience, everything soon will come to light, and then you will see things will be all right. Right? Sometimes we're used to toxicity. Sometimes we're raised in it, so it starts to feel normal as we grow up. Sometimes we are exposed to it too much around us. With people that are supposed to love us. So we sort of get used to the fact that we get used to toxicity, and we start thinking like that's how life is supposed to feel, that's how love is supposed to feel. But it's not. Your intuition is right, you are right. Take the time to be vulnerable. You've chosen the right people now. You've done it. You've crossed that bridge. You've moved away from toxicity. All you need now is just faith in yourself. Right? The element of fire heralds new life, renewed passion, and positive transformation. Do you see it? Right? And then there's the bottom of the deck here for spell work is air. Saying work with the element of air to cut through to the core of a situation and see the truth. Just flow. Flow with the current situation you're in. It might be boring right now. It might feel like, I feel like you're in transition right now. So it might feel like it's taking too long. It might feel like you're not getting anywhere. So in in those circumstances, and I completely understand this, I do this so often myself, is when we are in the middle of the bridge and we can't see, and there's like, it feels like there's darkness ahead and we can't exactly see beyond our next step. Not first next step, sorry. When we are standing in the middle of the bridge and there's just so much darkness ahead that you can't see beyond your next step, the path behind feels much safer. There's toxicity in there. On that path you've suffered before. On that path you had a harder time. But somehow, because you knew it, because you know exactly what's on there, it's not unknown anymore. That feels safer than taking that next step towards what seems like darkness, right? But just there's so much orange here. There's a card that says fire. There's heart chakra. There's healing. There's the word safe is mentioned here multiple times. The word love, acceptance, is unconditional love is mentioned here. There's divine guidance. There's just so much here that is asking you to not do this, not fall for your old ways, not fall for old temptations, because you deserve better. Just be patient, right? Stay where you are. You don't feel comfortable taking the next step right now, don't take it. Stay where you are. Be patient. But I feel like you should not go back. That's just the feeling I'm getting from this. And forgive. I feel like that's another way to move forward, right? Because until we forgive people who've hurt us, until we've forgiven people, until we find empathy for them, finding empathy for someone doesn't mean you have to go back to them. You have to go back to the ways that used to be with them. You don't have to allow the exact same toxic dynamic to unfold with them just because you're finding empathy for them. Finding empathy means just understanding where the person came from. No one is inherently evil, right? That's just what we like to believe, so it's easier to move forward in life. But it's not, you can't move forward in life until you've genuinely dealt with the fact that it was the action that was bad, not the person themselves. Everyone is different and under different circumstances. Everyone finds uh, their different selves under different circumstances. And in any dynamic which involves two people or more, it's a co-creation of the circumstance. So I'm not blaming you if you come from a toxic situation. I'm not blaming you for it, but I feel like if you understand where the other person came from, it would be easier for you to move on, because that's also a good way to let go of the guilt of leaving the situation behind. It's a good way to begin your heart healing. It's a good way to not keep going back to your old ways, not falling for your old toxic temptations, right? If you believe in Reiki, if it makes sense to you, this is a good time to get yourself some Reiki healing, I feel like, because yeah, it's gonna be good. YouTube has, if you don't have access to it, if you don't have the money for it, YouTube has many Reiki healers on there who will give you like free Reiki sessions. Like, it's general Reiki sessions, but I use them all the time and they absolutely work for me. So yeah, yeah, just keep moving forward. Keep your head up. I know it's tough right now, but yeah, it's gonna be fine. Yeah, let me show you this door. Yeah, it's so pretty. See, it can feel like a long walk to the door, and then an even longer walk to the greenery outside. But it's just a walk, though, right? You can see it. You just have to walk enough to be able to touch it. Try your best, alright? Okay. I meant to make this a 10-minute video, but here we are at the 18-minute point. That's all I have for Pisces General today. And I'm still building my channel. So yeah, give me a like, share, subscribe if you want to. I'll be doing these every day now. So yeah, I'll be here and I will hopefully see you too. Bye bye.